Hello, my name's Lindsay, and I've been working on a racing game called Formula C, and I'm just going to show you a bit of gameplay. So we'll start with the race on the first track. There we go. The idea is just hit the checkpoints in order and get to the finish line as quick as possible. The next track, that was almost gold, sort of. Alright. You'll notice the vehicle is pretty unique. It's got these winged legs which allow it to glide in the air. Gives a bit of control. And I've also given the player control of the suspension height, so I can push down here and then I can push up and it'll jump. And then I can also, depending on what I want to do, put the legs out or sort of tuck them into a diving position. So when you're diving, there's less drag, but there's also less control in the air. And if you hit the brake, it puts its legs out like that, and you can pull up a lot, even into the scenery. But it slows you down. And now this is a terrible time, so if I want to restart, just hit the restart button, accelerate, and I've restarted. So that really reduces the frustration of trying to get a good time, because even with some racing games with a 3-second countdown, it gets annoying when you just want to go again straight away. You can see here I'm looking at this HUD. I've got a oops, missed a checkpoint. Got an arrow here that points to the next checkpoint. So that's now pointing back at the finish line over there. And over here is an inclinometer, so you can see I'm pretty much upside down right now. But that's the racing. There's no multiplayer yet, but I am working on that. I've got an asynchronous style of gameplay that I've done most of the code. I just need to finish it off. So you can create a challenge and send it to a friend, and then they'll be able to respond to it in their own time and return one. But I'll show you the editor. So let's just start with a new track, and let's call it example. And then we start here with a sort of initial start, and I can adjust the width, just leave it at that. Push the length out of the straight section, you can make it wider. I'll throw in a corner where you can adjust the angle and the radius, and this is all generated in code. So you can enter whatever parameters you like. I'll just type in 30 for that, and now I can add a banked corner. So for that, you just go over to the banking, push it up, make it 30 to match. So the angle to 180. There we go. And I can, adjust the banking more if I want. Oops, leave that 180, but I'll push the radius out. And then I can bring the banking down. More to flat, no, keep doing that. There we go. There's no intersections. And then you can add in a loop, just set the angle to, oops, I meant to say 360 with an offset so it doesn't collide into itself. And we can bump up the radius. And then I'll do a jump. So for that I can put the angle back down to say 10. I need to get rid of the offset. And the radius about 1,000. Lock that in. And then go new section. So we got a new start here, and I can move this one. Let's just rotate it that way. And push it out. And then I'll increase the width of this one. Length and we'll make it shrink down to say 60 for the finish. And then we just need our checkpoints. So these automatically snap to the track. You just choose how far along you want them to appear, and just place them wherever you like. And there's also aerial checkpoints. You just select that one. You can push it out into the gap, and I'll scale that one up to match the sort of sizes of these tracks. And we go to a finish line, section 1, and put it at the end. Now that track will work, but there's no scenery. I'll add a bit of that in. We'll throw in a star. I can make this one rotate, so let's say a bit faster. There we go. Put a bit in the X to make it look a bit more random, and put that in. And we'll just throw in a wall. Let's get rid of the rotation. Move it along, and we'll rotate it this way. And then you get the idea. There's all of this scenery. I might be adding in more later, and possibly modifying some of the earlier ones I created. But that's it. That's how you make a track. We'll go down to test. And I haven't spoken about the music. It's set up so that the sides of the track are reactive to it, so it's basically a visualizer. And then the scenery lights flash to the bass and the treble, which just adds to the atmosphere. It doesn't affect the gameplay at all, but it helps get you, in the zone while you're racing. And you can also add in your own music, so you can listen to whatever music you like while you're playing. And we're finished. There's no medals here because we haven't created them, so I can set that in. That might be worth, say, gold time, but I'll just set it to all of them as a starting point. I could do slower ones, and then red is meant to be the creator's best possible time. And save and exit. So like I said, I'm working on multiplayer. I've got that asynchronous thing coming soon, and then I'll start working on a real-time multiplayer, everyone racing on the same track at the same time. Although there won't be collisions, there'll be just like the multiplayer in Trackmania. And I will add in a tutorial to help people, first-time players, get used to the controls. But that's Formula C. We'll just quit, and thanks for watching.